Hello, Sagittarius. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting August 11th, 2025. Sagittarius, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I definitely appreciate you. Cleansing the energies of this deck that will be listed in the description box from Dawn Scorpio's messages, and we're about to proceed to see what is the potential energy coming up for Sagittarius. All right, energies for Sagittarius this week. What does Sagittarius have to look forward to? Okay, well, we had a card that popped out. We're going to use that one, and it's the Major Arcana Judgment. We'll set that aside there. Judgment is in your spread. All right, so Judgment is, first and foremost, not only a Major Arcana, but it's a Major Arcana that offers spiritual energy of protection as well as guidance. Okay, what's hidden in the dark comes to the light. Energies for Sagittarius. It's the Awakening card. So definitely some things that you discover about yourself that you didn't know before that could be positive or negative. And some things that you discover about others that you didn't know before, that too could be positive or negative. And when I say that, that could be anything that you know, hidden talents. I'm talking about hidden talents that, oh, you didn't know that you could do that, you know? All right. And the same thing would apply to anybody that you are, you know, in association with or that you know. Some things that you discover about them. All right. So the first card in energy to start us off with is the Nine of Swords. Okay. So the Nine of Swords here, thank God that, you know, the Judgment card showed up here for energy of spiritual protection. But you know, the Nine of Swords, Sagittarius, always represents an element of extensive overthinking. Now, you attach that overthinking to almost anything. It could be your financial situation. It could be, of course, a romantic relationship. It could be anything going on involving your job, you know, in itself. Other people, other relationships. There's some sort of energy here that could be, you know, involving something that happened or occurred in your distant past and has yet to become resolved. Okay, you're still, you know, pulling on that energy to trying to reduce the conflicting energies. Now, it could be something that happened that involved others or not, recent or distant past, or it could be, you know, the typical meanings of betrayals, being lied to, feeling ashamed about something on a personal level, someone else shaming you. If it is not this energy that you experience here, though, Sagittarius, it could be that I said that you may know somebody who may be dealing with their own blockages. Their overthinking could be, you know, some sort of barrier. And I always pick up the energy of incarceration. So it may not always be, but that's just something I come up with. So you may know somebody who is incarcerated. That is their Nine of Swords energies, their high degree of fears, their overthinking, you know, being locked up. Seeking some sort of relief, however, through any means of prescription medication for any degrees of anxiety, depression, non-prescription medication. Of course, you could be drinking, smoking weed, however, whatever that you use to help alleviate whatever it is that's causing the conflict and chaos for you. So I am going to throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords, but let's just continue with the spread. Following the Nine of Swords energy here for you, now we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is a card that represents money, but it's the card that also represents charity and gift giving. So, of course, you could be receiving a gift, receiving a pay raise, all right, giving someone else a gift. But following that Nine of Swords, it could be that I'm reading for Sagittarius that has some excessive worry over their money. Extreme worry over their money, their finances. Okay, shy of the Five of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is still regarded as a good card, but it could be that, you know, coming up short worrying about not having to pay for, well, the fall season's about to start. Maybe education, returning back to school, maybe having money to, if you have children, getting their school supplies and clothing and stuff. It's expensive. So it could be that type of energy connected to Sagittarius that I'm reading for. But we still are going to throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords. All right, so the Six of Pentacles here. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, the worry over your money could be short-lived or short-term because there is some money that you're about to get your hands on. This is a card that represents financial independence, Sagittarius, or that you already are. This is a job offer. Okay, this could be a contract offer. These are good money handlers, good people who are very dependable, reliable, stable. This also could be you and how other people see you. Okay, but money is vastly about to improve. If there was any worries or concerns over your money or finances or paying for things, education for your kids, for yourself, buying clothes, personal items, school items and stuff, supplies, that shit's expensive. You've had children, especially if you got more than one child and they're all going to school, it's like, oh my God. Things are expensive today. Five of Cups, okay, follows the Knight of Pentacles. Sadness, disappointment. Five of Cups may not be your sadness or disappointment, Sagittarius. It may be a child of yours, maybe your romantic partner, maybe another family member, could be a platonic friend. This could be in association with the Nine of Swords that it mirrors, okay? If it was the Sagittarius that I just read that, prior to the Knight of Pentacles showing up here that you were worried or concerned about your financial situation, that could be that, the sadness and disappointment. But there is some improvement here, or some improvement about to take place. All right, so following the Five of Cups here, now we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is resting, relaxation, detaching, rejuvenation, possibly taking a day off, but also could be seen as the reduction of having to deal with the energies of the Nine of Swords. If that Nine of Swords energy is in what you're dealing with or an approach of this week, resting your mind, quieting your mind, being at peace with yourself. This also too could be planning any types of near future trips. Okay, if we get any other movement cards, then you could be, of course, still planning those near future trips, but also could be taking a trip during this week's time. Reclaiming your independence, Sagittarius. Doing something exclusively just for you. But you can see the guy just resting here. More importantly, resting yourself, quieting your mind, and coming to peace with yourself. Following that, now we have the Empress, major arcana, the Empress, automatically following the swords. I always say when swords show up with pregnancy cards, someone could be undergoing, if it's not you, somebody that cesarean section to deliver. Also, pregnancy news is heavily around you this week as well. This is a card that represents some sort of growth, expansion, development. Now, that could be almost in any area. This is also the type of energy where I read where some Sagittarians may redraw their energy back to themselves, focus their energy back to themselves, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, healing yourself, being at peace with yourself, doing all those things. It could be anything directed towards your overall health, improving your diet, exercising more, going to hair salons, nail salons, makeovers, spending time outdoors with Mother Nature and enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. All right, so that would be the Empress. Okay. Following the Empress, now we have the major arcana, the Fool. Okay, so the major arcana, the Fool is here. This, take that leap of faith, Sagittarius. Step out there into the unknown. Some of you are seeking some sort of excitement or adventure. Some of you may already have something planned or lined up to do, and the Fool comes in to say, go ahead and process it. We're here to support you. So either you have something planned or you don't. You're still going to have an aspect of some sort of new beginning opening or happening for you. Okay. Following the Fool here, Page of Pentacles. There we go. Okay. Birth of a business ideal. It still could be a job offer. Startup of a business. Pages always start things off. On top of the Four of Swords for you Sagittarius, now we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is similar to that of the Nine of Swords, but in a lesser degree. But since you have both in here, I always tell you, be careful though with the Eight of Swords, because this has a tendency to be tricky. Okay, worried about or overthinking about unnecessary energy. It's necessary to you, but it may be unnecessary, because normally if you're worried about your finances, you're worried about coming up short or not having enough money to pay for this, pay for that, then, it may be that you're already infiltrating your mind with that type of energy and placing end results to it. So that's never a good idea, because it never sort of turns out the way that you are, compiling it up in your mind. That's the trick side of the Eight of Swords. Otherwise, it's still just like the Nine of Swords. Anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, nervousness, tension. Could be a break in communication with family members, whether they're near or far. It could be romantic partners, near or far. Okay? Eight of Swords. If you're dealing with this, try to reduce the energies as much as you possibly can. You already got the Nine of Swords here. And if the Nine of Swords wasn't present, I always would say, so that you don't, if it's left unchecked, then it leads and builds to the Nine of Swords, but it's already here. All right. So following the Eight of Swords, on top of the Empress, we have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is strictly a happiness card, okay, in the form of celebrations. So birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, engagements, proposals. Always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building with others. Someone could be, again, with the money cards here, relocating, thinking about relocating to a different area, moving to a different area, whether or not it constitutes purchasing any types of land or property. All right, family members, romantic partners, friends deciding to forge. There could be a wedding taking place. Following the Four of Wands here on top of the Fool, now we have the Seven of Cups, Sagittarius. Seven of Cups, many options may open up to you, okay? Definitely representing love and relationships. It's in a group of cards where you may already be receiving that whole compilation of energy from family members, friends, romantic partners, co-workers. The dedication to love, devotion, commitments. Okay? Making sure that you are trusting your intuition, because there may be multiple options that are presented to you this week. All right, so the final card here in this spread is look at that, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, again, so Ten of Pentacles mirrors over here to the Nine of Swords. Also, too, with the Ten of Pentacles, when the swords show up here, because this, too, is one of the big money cards, I say there could be a Sagittarius who may be separating from their employment, their current employment, maybe going to, maybe they could be retiring, but they also could be going to a better paying job with benefits. This card always represents abundance, inheritance, big money. So it could be pay raises, job offers, bonus money. If you're the risk-taking Sagittarius, and of course, if you do the gambling, like to do the casino runs, just play responsibly, because this is an opportunity for big money. All right, so this is what I have for you this week. I'm going to throw some additional messages from another deck here for you, Sagittarius. You can take this or these messages however you want. But the energy this week looks most impressive. It really does. And I actually like these cards. They're beautiful cards. All right, so additional messages here for Sagittarius. All right, so this one here says defensiveness. Not every correction is an out. I'm sorry. Not every correction is an attack. Sometimes people love you. Wait a minute. Sometimes people who love you want you to be better. Listen first. Okay, I'm sorry, Sagittarius. I got distracted by that little chime that came on my phone. All right, next message up here for you. That was defensiveness. This one says setting boundaries with elders. Respect is mutual. You can love your elders and still say, I won't tolerate that. All right. Third and final message here for you is ignoring doctor visits. Prevention is power. Your health matters. Your future self depends on you to show up today. So if you got any appointments, don't cancel out. Show up. Go get that laboratory work done, the x-rays done. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Sagittarius. As always, take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to hit smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Throw the comments in. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me. And Sagittarius, I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.